We're back.
Hey.
Toy Federation podcast. Hey, here's Travis.
How's it going?
How's it going?
Good, and you?
I'm good.
Good, and you?
Good, and you?
Yeah, doctor.
Doctor.
So I think it was brought, somebody asked, I've actually had a lot of people ask me this. I don't know if they've asked this in the comments yet, but I do get it a lot on social media. And there's a lot of people starting, collectors who turn into maybe a business, or they go to the first show and they've never set up before. And they ask me for tips on how to set up. And coming from somebody who's done, and my peak, it was never 30, but it was close to 30. I think I got to 27 shows a year. And there's a lot you learn. And in the beginning, you got to do what you can do with the finances you have. So a lot of times you start off, you get a booth and you get a table and you get a chair. Sometimes they give you a skirt. A lot of times they don't even give you a shirt or a skirt.
Yeah.
If you go to Retro Toycon, you get a skirt on your table.
That's right. You will have a tablecloth. One choice color, black.
It's black. Yeah.
Standard.
Yeah, two snakes like these.
Like these.
Right. So in the beginning you have a table, and then you're like, well, I might buy another table. Because if you rent a table from the show, it's usually, you could have just bought a table. Because they're usually so expensive. Mm-hmm. So then I would buy Walmart shelves, is what I would say, and you stack them up on top of the table. Yeah. Or sometimes you put a table on a table. Yeah. And now you got below the table, above the table, and above the table, above the table. And then I'd start to notice, hey, some of these guys have grid wall. That's pretty cool, pretty efficient.
Yeah.
Doesn't eat up all the real estate that the table does in your booth. Because if you get a 10 by 10, and let's say you put 3 tables in there, well, you might have 4 feet left to navigate, so you can't accommodate that many people in your booth. So then how inviting is your booth? And then if 1 or 2 people are in your booth, nobody else can get in the booth. And some people feel uncomfortable going in if it's full, or some people just barrel by.
Claustrophobia. Right?
Yeah, but and then I've seen booths that they close it off. So they're behind their table, and they might have a U-shaped table, but it's like a reverse U, and now you can't even get in their booth, and then everything is from a distance, which I don't like that method. Doesn't mean you can't be successful with that method. I want people in my booth, and I want them to be able to look at everything. So I've never done it so then I got the grid wall, but I couldn't afford buying a whole booth's worth of grid wall. So then I would buy like $20 panel at a time, and I got to where I had 1 wall, then I had a table and Walmart shelves. Then I got to where I made a little bit of money, invest in some more grid wall, and then I'd have maybe 2 walls. Then I got to 3 walls. So now I'm all grid wall. So now you're on the perimeter of your 10 by 10. It's only the peg hook sticking out. So now you can have like 10 people in your booth.
Oh, no. You got to buy peg hooks too.
Yeah, and you buy those. I don't know what they are now because I haven't had to buy them in so long, but they used to be like $0.25 a piece. And you bought like 100.
Guarantee they're way more than that now.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm sure the grid wall is more.
Right.
But then, because you want to be able to, and then price everything. A lot of people don't have things priced at a show, and then you're asking, and a lot of people are uncomfortable asking. Yeah. But they know what they can spend, and they know what their budget is. So if they see they're doing calculations in their head, and they may, decide they're going to get it, or start putting their pile together and then go to check out. But if they have to ask on everything, I've noticed, because, fandom is all kinds. There's introverted, extroverted. So make it as easy as possible. Don't try, I'll just price everything when I get there. Because I see vendors at shows, and it's like nothing is priced. And there's just bins of stuff. Yeah. And then you're like, well, how much is this? And I don't know. How much, what do you
want to pay for it?
Yeah. And then it's like, well, so.
Well, there's something to be said from, if you're a buyer and you're going in a booth and you're like, hey, I saw this item, how much is it? And you can tell that they're making up a price on the spot. You don't really want to buy from them. So it's have it in advance. That way they know you put the thought there.
And even though we price everything with a price gun, but back then I didn't have a price gun because they were like $100, so I had sticky notes.
Yeah.
But I still think sticky notes in a booth aren't a bad idea.
They're bigger, so
especially from a distance.
Well,
on your big key pieces, just sticky note them, because then if they're set back high or far, you can't read your little price gun price. So, you know, $80, $100, $50. And then, again, this is my opinion. You could do it how you want. I've had success with this. I don't stand in my booth. Now, it's different if you have this monster booth and you have glass cases and counters and you're behind the counter to ring people up. But
Retro.
if you got a 10 by 10 booth and it's you and your buddy working the booth, you and your wife, you and your husband, you and your best friend, you're two bodies in the booth eating up space. That doesn't allow people to come into your booth. So stand outside of your booth, and now you can keep an eye on everybody in your booth, because then almost any given show, somebody's going to try to steal something from you.
The key is, once you get all the grid wall and your booth is big enough, add the cattle gate. Shut them in there. You're buying.
Well, I have a friend who, and we did a show together. I recommended the show, and this was when I was doing a lot of shows, and he set up at it. And they had the two chairs, and they would sit in the booth. And I was like, that's the last thing you want to do.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it doesn't really look inviting.
Well, for one, let's say his wife's sitting down. Right when you walk in the booth. So now if you want to look at what's ever around here, that may make a lot of people uncomfortable, squatting down like in your wife's
personal
legs
space.
and her.
Yeah.
And she might just be on her phone doing whatever, but that's not a good.
Right.
So I told him, I was like, you shouldn't do that. Like, you should stand up and come out. And then if people are walking by and it's like, hey, come in, check the booth out, and then be talkative, but not over talkative.
Yeah.
Because now the guy just wants to look at everything, and you just keep trying to, there's where you can interact too much. So, I mean, these are just things that I've learned over the years doing shows, and then you see what other people do, and you see successes, and that's how you learn what's trending and what to carry. Because, I mean, and then, there might be another dealer next to you, or you might trade for, I have some inventory I've taken to 3 shows and haven't moved it, and the other guy's like, I got people for that. And it's like, what do you got that you and then
move,
you swap things out, or there's some guy who's having a bad show, I bought booths out. I remember one Joe show, I bought the guys, it's a funny story, because the guy, I don't know, it's a funny story. He was a big dude, and he was like, look at me. Like, he was like, I'm a big dude, my wife's, I love her, and I don't, what am I doing with all this stuff? So he got this booth at this show to be done with his shows. And he was wanting me to buy him out early. He goes, look, just buy everything out. I'm going to go to Disney World. Because it was in Orlando that year. And I'm like, maybe, so I was like, maybe not yet. And then come Saturday, I don't know if it was preview night and then the next night. And then it was maybe midway through the day. And he's like, just buy me out. Like, give me like $2,000 or whatever and just take it. So I was like, all right. So then I bought it all. And then the guy... then I sold the space to the guy. Says I got his booth. I took all the stuff. Yeah. I didn't display it because like I'll sell it at another show. And then because then I had to, I don't know, it wasn't processed. He had like tackle box trays with 20 troopers and 20 officers, and all the helmets are in a bin, and the little daggers are in a bin, and the guns are. And then I sold it to, and I think it was actually Irving. So he could spread out, because I think he had 2, and then he went to 3 booths. So it was kind of, not only did you buy the guy out, you sold his booth to somebody else. So, there's all kinds of, even a really bad show, if you have the resources, that means it's a buying show. Yeah. Because then other people were expecting to leave with a certain amount of money to make whatever bills or things that were due. So then there's opportunities, like if you're willing to and you have the resources, like even if because you're off too, but then if you have the cash on hand, whether it's a couple $100, $500, go around the room and see what kind of deals can be made.
Yeah. Like one thing that I like that we do with the pricing for retro is we have the book.
Well,
where everything's written down. But I mean, like you were saying with the sticky notes, like they might fall off.
They
and
do.
Get to the show, and it's like,
especially when you're packing.
Right. It's like, what was the price of the Sky Striker?
But see, for retro, it's such a preparation. It's months of preparation.
Right.
And now there's two retros. There's horror and toy.
Yep.
So that's a whole nother issue. But
well, we won't need a like what he was saying about the book.
The book was because we really go hard on vintage.
Right. And those things are like, you're just not going to know all that off the top of your head. And there might be details like, well, you know, this one is sealed, but this one isn't.
Well, then there's
interior
notes.
cardboard, right?
So then,
but I mean, it, like I said, it goes back to the pricing of the booth and knowing what your prices are, and you have that book. If the tag's not there, you know what it is. You don't have to.
Yeah,
look
you
it
could
up.
just
You
pull
don't
right
have
up to the book and
You're
go,
not
we got
having
3
someone wait and
Optimuses.
say, oh, I gotta look this up. I gotta whatever.
And a lot of that vintage stuff, you really can't use the price gun because it can mess up the box.
Right.
So
yeah, that's true.
That's the.
I've made that mistake. So buy even buying the labels that are
Easy
meant to peel off on an old cardboard box. Peeling that off, it's
not gooders.
It could remove some of the graphic.
Yeah.
So it's a pain in the butt.
I would say, I don't know. We started doing that first, and then
doing what, the book?
No, the tags.
Oh yeah,
because like the first year or two, and then some of it we didn't have it priced yet, so it was like you were having to price while you were there, and then I don't know when it was, but it was like I think I saw that and I was like, hey, I've got to do this differently. You know,
try to price everything before you get to the show.
Yeah. I mean, it's one thing if you have like a bin of things and you're like, I just didn't get to this, or I haven't decided, or you know, whatever the case may be. If you're setting something up, though, it should be as prepped as you can have it. And then the next thing, which is kind of what me and Andy do, setting up for the show, is making it really presentable and look really good.
Yeah.
That's the hard part, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you try to put things in sections, right. and it's sort of like with the store. It's like I've been to toy shops, I'm sure you have, where like it's hodgepodge in a case, and you're like, well, there's a Transformer here, and there's one there, and there's a Joe here, and there's one in this case, and and that makes the buyer work a little harder, and it's not always as enjoyable. And especially for us, we really like a nice display. So having it all together in one section as best you can is really good. Big stuff up top, little stuff down bottom, yada, yada, yada.
Maximum OCD.
Presentation's everything.
Yeah.
In life. I mean, how do you present yourself to the public? How do you, you know, if you're dating somebody and, you know, and you look like a schlub to, you know, the parents or the, you know, like everything is, you know, you are how you present yourself. And
first impression.
Yeah, and it's hard to get a second first. You can't. Right?
Right.
Man,
hang on, I'm loading my gun. I'll be right with you.
You can't, you know, be presentable and be professional.
Yeah.
I mean, you're, you know, if you know, you're paid for a booth, and try to make it as least stressful as possible by panicking over not being prepared and nothing's priced and you haven't figured out your layout. You know, you should know based off the dimensions of your spot how you're and where you face. Are you facing the entrance? You know, because there's times where I have a corner booth and I don't do an outer wall, which might be counterproductive to some people. Instead of doing a U where you can do that whole outer wall, I build a cube, because if it's on a corner, I could get access from both
sides,
both lanes, because you can come in this way or this way. But you do lose some outer wall. But then if you know, but then there's 8-foot grid and 6-foot grid, and then you could put roofs on the grid, and then you know. Or you could even do the wall and have a 4-foot opening and then still do a cube on the end. So you don't lose all of the wall. and then you put, you know, triangles on the, you know,
The corners.
but on the roof to the cube, or you can do a triangle, so then it's 3 pieces instead of 4 on the corner.
Right.
But yeah, you want it to be inviting is all, and and like things together.
Like things together, and
you know, like you don't have Transformers everywhere in your booth. If you have lots of things in your booth besides Transformers, put the Transformers together, the G.I. Joe together, the
right.
Funkos together, like whatever it is you have, break it down.
Well, and then one other thing is, I mean, it should be a common practice anyway, but you know, be nice and be honest. You know, if say you've got a few Transformers out, you don't know them really well, just say, well, I have some Transformers, but I don't know about that well. You know?
Yeah.
And but here they are, and
Right.
And take credit card.
take credit card.
So a lot of people don't, but I guess they just want to be under the radar. But then you're really not being professional to a degree if you.
Well, I mean, a lot of people don't carry cash anymore, but I mean, the cons are different.
Yeah.
Well, you're
But
going to get
still.
better.
Say you blow through your cash, and
Anybody
see
will
something
tell you
have.
cash is king, and I mean, if you have cash, the deals are better than if you're throwing it on a card. It's just a fact. Whether you know,
Right.
and most good cons, the ATMs run out of money. There's a reason
Always.
they're trying to.
Yeah. And good luck if you have a venue getting more cash machines brought to the venue,
It doesn't work.
because they're just not interested in doing that.
Not unless you can guarantee a ridiculous sum. I don't know. I just want to buy my own, figure out how to work it, and buy a used ATM machine.
Toy Federation ATMs.
Yeah, it would be cool because we do our own graphics on it. Because we have permission to put them in the room, so I'd put 2, and then we'd have to fill it with money, and then however it communicates. I'm sure there's software. However that works, I have no idea.
It's just full of like only Toy Federation money. You can only spend it at our booth.
Toy Federation.
Well, that
fun
wouldn't be
bucks.
very helpful for any of the other vendors.
Yeah.
It'd be good for us.
Yeah. No. No, we want as much. Yeah, like 'cause it stinks, and then they
Yeah.
can't.
I mean, I remember last year people were like, you know, obviously the lobby ATMs were out, and they were like, we just drove blah 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 every gas station, every ATM.
They were all out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we exhaust all the cash resources within a certain radius.
But no, we don't need to bring more
No.
to the hotel for convenience. No.
So just think now, the guy takes cash only, and you've run out because you didn't prepare. Maybe you have it. You just I'll bring a couple $100.
Like, what if you had like not a bank truck, but like an ATM truck?
Oh, there's those. There's
Right?
those too. Yep,
Just pull up at the event.
we could do that.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
those exist. I didn't call into those. I did check into the one, and they go, well, we don't do that. And I go, I saw you at another show. Oh, hold on. And they come back and they go, well, you know, you got to do like $50,000 in withdrawals. And I was like, well, I don't know what's with.
Right.
I have no way to know it.
Yeah. How do you guarantee what hundreds of people will spend at this event?
I don't
How
know
do you
what's.
know?
Right.
I don't know what's with what. I don't know. A lot of money's withdrawn. I don't know.
I mean, you got to go to the
I don't
vendors.
have-
How much cash do you? How much cash?
I don't have access to
I
that
almost
metric.
wish you'd said like, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll just bring them.
Bring it.
You'll get it.
Oh, then they wanted like a certain attendance, like 10,000 or this, and I was like, well,
10,000.
or
What is this, a football game?
they don't mess with I guess the smaller shows. But I was like, again, it's quality. You know,
Guess they need a lot of free
you could put me at a show that has 20. You know,
They need a lot of free time at the
My-
ATM store.
Yeah.
I think our booth at the show rivaled my numbers at Star Wars Celebration that had 80,000 people there, so whatever it was.
Yeah, I know we did well.
More gooders.
More
Yeah.
gooders.
More
We were-
gooders.
We were prepared,
We were.
but we prepped for it all year. There's something itching my nose.
It's vintage
Pollen.
dust
Is
and
it-
pollen.
Pollen?
Yeah. Paul.
Oh, definitely pollen. God.
Yeah, but it don't bother me like it bothers you guys.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm pollen immune.
time to change something different. I guess I don't know.
So
I had a break for a few years where it was like, wow, I'm
You were cured.
But no, it just
It is bad in this state. This
Yeah.
is like one of the worst states for allergies
It's still
Yes.
going on.
because there's 50 million. We got a lot of foliage.
we need more bees. We need more bees to pollinate. That'll help.
That makes it worse, right?
Well, yeah, it's like a never-ending war with the bees and the flowers. Like, if there's more bees, there's more flowers.
Yeah.
If there's more flowers, then there's more bees.
Because when I drive home, I pass all these people who have bees.
We've talked about this before.
Right? And when the winter, they have the lights under them to keep them alive.
When you look at these bees, are you wiping the pollen off of the windshield to see them?
Yeah.
The streets will run yellow.
They do when it rains.
Yes, they do.
Oh yeah, no, the whole back deck's covered in pollen.
It's awful. Flour powder everywhere.
We do have this really cool Leatherface. If you're watching on YouTube or Spotify, a cool Leatherface with a Toy Federation mug.
It's an old NECA figure.
We just didn't have the accessories. We customized
it was going to be sold. We don't have the chainsaw, so we found this cup, and it's.
But now we won't sell it because I'll keep it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now he's just running.
Yeah.
He's running to get his coffee.
He's so thirsty, huh? Gotta get up and go.
It's late for the bath.
Gotta get my morning coffee and listen to the podcast.
In the summer of 1986, the most exciting adventure in the universe is on planet Earth. Transformers, the movie.
America's #1 superhero team explodes on the home video screen in their very first major motion picture blockbuster, G.I. Joe, the movie.
So the question was, what was it? What was our reaction to the Transformers movie and
Optimus dying,
Optimus dying,
and Duke dying,
and Duke
but he
almost
didn't really die.
almost sort
He
of
was supposed to die, so they add the dialogue. He's in a coma.
Hasbro learned their lesson.
Well, yeah. So, all right. You said you were too. Were you in
I was
high school or college?
86.
no, I wasn't. Yeah, I don't know. I was building models or being a dork. I was not into toys at that time.
Oh, okay. All right. Do you remember?
Yeah.
All right. So, what was
Did
your
you cry
reaction?
when Optimus?
No, I was kind of had like a what the moment. You know, I was like,
I will tell you, Lane always tells us how he was in line to see it, and the kid came out.
Yeah, ruined.
Ruined the movie. He's like, I can't. They killed Optimus, and Lane's like, little kid Lane.
So I was out of the loop. I sort of had watched Transformers, but I wasn't particularly a fan. But I remember like some of the kids in my first grade class, like showing up. They all went that weekend to see it, and they were talking about it, and it was like solemn. And like one kid was kind of tearing up because like Optimus was his guy. He had like a T-shirt. Like, remember the T-shirts where it's like the puffy plastic, the sticker. He wore that a lot. He loved Optimus.
So they just devastated that kid.
Yeah, just ruined him. And I've heard that since then, and it's like, yeah,
just to sell more toys.
Well, it wasn't even just.
Well, they had to get you to get a new leader and buy every
right. But it was so dumb. Like, if you want to sell more toys, just make more characters. You don't have to kill anybody.
I just think it's funny how he just turns gray.
Yeah.
He's still just a dead robot. He'd still be the same color.
But it
was kind of
like, I don't know, like when we play it in here, like I guess I noticed like when Ultra Magnus gets blown up.
Yeah.
Oh, they fix him.
Yeah, they fix
Prime. Oh,
he didn't turn gray.
We can't help Prime.
Yeah,
well, I think because the Matrix came out of him.
Right. Yeah, that's right. The Matrix of leadership.
Yeah.
But before he had the Matrix, he would still maintain his color, though.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, he gave the Matrix to Magnus. Then Magnus dies, and Galvatron takes the Matrix.
He has a photosensitive paint job. That's why it changes.
It's a color changer.
Adding to that, it's great because he changes colors because this is symbolic of him dying.
Right.
But what is most symbolic of him, like, now I'm dead, is he goes,
yeah.
Like, turns his head to the side.
Now he's dead.
Now he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I did see G.I. Joe the movie and Duke almost dying. And the story was, if I'm remembering correctly, was they were going to kill Duke. Same reason they killed Optimus. And somebody told him, like, no, don't do that.
These kids have had enough trauma.
This did not work out.
I keep hearing that, but then I thought if I look at release dates, was after Transformer?
I thought so for sure.
Because some reason I was thinking it wasn't, and then I was like, so then this story everybody's been telling me for the reason why they ended up not killing Duke was because of Optimus.
Yeah, I just went with the story because it
makes
is
sense.
sort of tacked on.
It's plausible.
It's like it does seem like Duke dies, but then it's like it's like one line and they're like Duke's in a coma, and they're like, "Yo, Joe," you know.
See, so yeah, G.I. Joe the movie was 87.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then
yeah, Transformers is 86.
So there you go. So yeah, I was not going to see G.I. Joe the movie.
Why?
I might have been seeing like
Why?
I just
You were building tanks.
Yeah.
No, but I was
Panzers.
I was Tiger tanks.
See?
I was a year away.
It was the year of the tank.
I was about ready to go off to a
To collage.
Yeah, I wasn't I think I found out about it later. Like I didn't even know about the flag or the Defiant or any of that till later.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Like I didn't, learned about a lot, because then I phased out.
It was a toy. Sorry. It
What?
was a toy
You having a
magazine.
moment?
Yeah, it was a toy magazine that reintroduced the movies to me because I hadn't seen them in years. It was Toy Fair.
Yeah.
So anyway, but
Well, I went after toys. I went to comics,
right.
and then I was hard comics. So up until high school was all comics. The models I wasn't models in high school. It was toys, models, comics. And then when I went off to college, I still tried to get some comics and then my buddy Jim knew what I collected, and when I would come home for Thanksgiving or Christmas break, he had
Stack.
continued the books I would get, and then I would get them then. So I would continue. And then out of college, it was hardcore comics, and then Star Wars came back, and then that started the toy collecting again.
Man.
And then
I got all that stuff early then. You're talking about like what toys, models, and comics.
Mm-hmm.
That was through high school to comics.
Comics I did, yeah.
Yeah, I literally quit like all toys by 6th grade.
That's why I'm Toy Man.
I never
gave up. I gave up toys.
I never gave up toys.
I mean, like,
Travis never stopped.
I never stopped.
Until now.
Yeah, until now.
No. Yeah, I was. Yeah. Yeah. But you were sports and all this stuff.
Right.
So I was, even though I did play some sports.
Yeah.
I was like.
I sort of did too.
If you want to be on the team, you were on the team though. Because like I said, K through 12 was 300 students.
That's nuts.
Well, comics was probably at the core of everything for me, not toys first. Even though I had toys first, what did it for me was reading my, uncle's comics.
Right.
So I got to read older comics that I otherwise would not have been able to read.
Yeah.
And I loved it. So when I go, visit my dad, or, there was a comic store in town, and we'd go, every other weekend, and I'd get usually 3 comics, maybe 4. And I just did that all through middle school and into high school. But I think at one point I just wasn't a comic store around, so I just kind of quit for a little bit. But I could always get toys. There was always a Toys R Us somewhere. So I'd get something.
Yes, I had like little to none comics.
No, you don't read.
I don't. I like
Reading's
pictures.
hard. There's a lot of pictures in comics. Very little words.
The silent issue is the best one.
It was.
I know what's happening
Right?
now.
I can see it.
Yeah, I read, and it was, the selection then was amazing. And it was even at this, I don't know if it was A&M Comics or Sunshine Comics. For some reason I thought it was A&M. It was on release day. It was either buy 4 or 5 and you got a free book. and they were all like almost like in milk crate type things. And then there wasn't like these fancy, where everything.
Comic stores weren't fancy.
Yeah, it was the guy. Like I've talked about this. Yeah. The guy had a huge comb over. His old mom sitting in a chair with a dog looked like it was about to die, and that was Sunshine Comics. Yeah. But then when the comic market just started to blow up, with the McFarlane and the Spider-Man, 90s. And he went from 1 to 3 stores.
Yeah.
And then when I remember I came back from college and I saw there was only one left, and then I was like, "What happened?" And he's like, "It's the comic kind of thing died."
Yeah.
And then he had to get into gaming to stay alive.
Yeah, and that was a pretty common trend for dealers to have to.
But see, he's the one who explained to me that you had to own everything you bought now. Like before, you could return.
Right. But yeah, because Diamond Distributor made you, like, if you ordered books, you bought them, they're yours. You couldn't return them. In the old days, if you bought 20 of an issue and said, well, 5 of them didn't sell,
you returned
them.
You paid for what you got.
And they refunded your money because, that issue didn't sell so well.
Right.
So you would have a really big selection because the store could gamble.
Yeah.
And then if they had a big pull list, then they would order 50 of a copy because we already pre-sold 40, and then whatever their extra allocation is. So, and then it transitioned to toys again. But it was really the hunt for Star Wars in the 90s, and then because I was buying and flipping and but it was strictly Star Wars. It was all the Power of the Force, Power of the Jedi, Midnight's movie openings, Episode 1, the prequels, and then flipping to fund your hobby. And then comics kind of just totally. I mean,
well, it regrouped in a way because like Marvel and DC definitely hurt.
Yeah.
Image Comics, they hurt. Valiant, I don't even remember. They might have went under then, or I don't remember. A lot of smaller presses were gone, but then independent books in a way took off. So you had things in Image Comics that did well,
right?
And then it was like the outsider books were popular, and then stuff like that,
like Max.
Yeah, the Max.
That book was like a lot of money. It ain't now, but
I still need that glow in the dark variant cover. I never saw one.
Glow in the dark.
Yeah, it's not worth a lot. Yeah. It's just I never saw one. But I mean, so comics had to take. Well, comics tried to cash in on itself multiple times. I mean, they were.
Well, the 90s was rough for a lot of things.
Right,
from a production standpoint.
They were billing things that like this is a rare run, and it was like 250,000 books.
Everything had a comic book in the 90s. Then.
Oh yeah.
It didn't matter what it was.
Yeah.
Pogs were big in the 90s.
Yeah, they probably had Pog comic books.
There's a Hawaiian Slammers cartoon.
Yeah, there you go.
Slammers of darkness, slammers of light. When they come together, they fight, fight, fight. Hawaiian Slammers. Hawaiian Slam, slam, slammers, they strike like hammers. Hawaiian Slam, slam, slammers. Slammers of darkness, slammers of light. When they come together, they fight, fight, fight. Hawaiian Slammers. Hawaiian Slam, slam, slammers, they strike like hammers. Hawaiian Slam, slam, slammers.
I don't even know what that show's about.
Slamming Pogs.
Hawaiian Slammers.
It's not good. I know that. I remember in maybe around 92 or 93 getting like some of those packs from Walmart, where you get like the little carton.
Right, where they're bundled.
Yeah, the bundle. And I got some for Christmas, and it was like, oh, this is cool. Oh, this is cool. And then one of them was like Super Pro.
Yeah.
And it was an NFL themed superhero.
Yeah.
And
you put that with your Team America comic.
Well, I think it only lasted about 6 issues, but I remember like thinking like, wow, they can turn anything into a comic. 'Cause
They did.
They did. They really did. Mr. T had a comic. You got me one.
Autograph one. That's
Beavis and Butthead have a comic.
Yeah, Beavis.
Everything is
Yeah,
comic.
everything has a comic.
Almost
bought-
every toy line. Almost.
I bought the Beavis and Butthead comic. The first issue was good.
I mean, even if it was like, what, 5 issues, 6 issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just looking in the room, it's like He-Man, Superpowers, Thundercats, Silverhawks,
Everything.
Ghostbusters. Everything had a comic.
Yeah, see, when Now came out, that was like, they had the toy, like,
Oh, Now Comics?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because then there's like Terminator, Speed Racer, Racer X, Ghostbusters.
Yeah. I remember not caring for the Terminator one, though.
Yeah, but I had to get it.
Yeah. But I wanted something Terminator, so I got that.
Bum, bum,
Got you
bum,
one of
bum.
those too.
Yeah, that's right.
Graded.
You got them graded?
Yeah.
What is it? Now
Terminator.
Comics?
Terminator 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first
Nice.
issue. The grading is worth more than the book.
Yep. It's kind of the reason I did it.
Just-
9.8.
somebody did that, and they're like, well,
Whoops.
Well, it was important to the guy who graded it.
yeah.
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 Yeah, because I
Let's talk about grading. I know you own graded stuff. Andy, do you own graded stuff?
The only thing I have is He-Man comic.
man.
I have a couple of comics.
That's the only thing.
I've threatened to get a figure graded like
Which one?
7 years in a row. I have a
Spider-Man.
Secret Wars Spider-Man
Told you.
on card that I don't know. It was
Oh,
my
right.
favorite figure as a kid.
Well, then, yeah. Even if you're not into grading,
Yeah.
that would be cool to have just that one, or at least put in an acrylic.
Yeah, yeah.
I tried grading my Dukes of Hazzard soap,
They
but
wouldn't
they
do
wouldn't
it?
do it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's right. Andy has, if I can describe for the audience,
Soap on a rope.
It's not on rope.
a crinkly plastic wrapper.
Yep.
It looks like it's not ancient, old, like falling apart, but it's very cheap wrapper material. And inside, there is a scaly looking orange bar of soap that's like car shaped.
Yeah, like a General Lee
And it has is it a sticker?
sticker.
It has a sticker on top of the flag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And it is
That was-
it's funny.
So if you wash, it gets wet. That ain't.
that's gone. Yeah. I mean, I
Have you found another one?
I mean, on eBay, I've seen one.
Should do Toy Federation soap.
Yeah, that'd be stupid.
It would be.
I don't even want to.
You'd love it.
It smells like
You'd
vintage
love it.
toys.
I think you've jumped the shark if you got soap.
It'd come with a layer of dust to protect it.
That would keep it. That would keep it safe.
Oh, that's something. I don't know. We've never
We
talked
talked-
about
I
that.
don't know.
So, like when stuff comes in for trade, it varies conditions, but sometimes the filthier the better, because like you'll find something and it's just a half-inch layer of dirt on it, and you wipe it away, and it's like, wow, this is really nice.
Dust.
Like, it might look like the beginning of Terminator 2 and the blows up and all that. You know, all
Yeah.
the dust is
Dust
that's-
protects the toy.
It protects it.
And
Protects it from the UV rays, the sun.
Yeah.
If it's got
The
a
cold,
nice,
it keeps it warm.
if it's got a nice dirt layer on it, it's beautiful underneath. Usually,
And then sometimes you can appreciate it, sometimes you don't. Like if you've ever had to clean a vintage Millennium Falcon,
there's
It's
so many
covered in-
grooves.
so many grooves. It really you can appreciate how well it's engineered, but you can also like, God, I can't get the brush in this corner.
We do have the blowgun now.
That's true.
So do you remember? Well, I don't know, because as a kid, because like when I clean a toy, let's say it's a mask vehicle because it's a car, I do half. I'm doing it half of it, the half side.
Right. So you can see how good you did.
And then, because I always think there was this commercial when I was a kid, and it was the new car finish.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was like and the guy would go to a junkyard, and then he would rub this new,
Half the car.
and and then show you the hood
Yep.
half and half.
Yep.
So then I don't know if that's ingrained in my head that I feel
Well,
like
it's kind of like how you wash a car, right?
I just do the whole hood at once.
You're
But then,
supposed to
like-
go top to bottom.
I don't even wash
Yeah.
my car.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's a work van. Ride it through the thing.
But like, you know, you wet the car, wash it, then when wash it off and.
Yeah, but I don't do.
Right?
Well, yeah, I don't know.
What?
I just literally go all the way, even if it's like a figure's head. I just want to, because I want to see the comparison to know how clean it got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something satisfying.
You're secretly Two-Face.
Yeah. There's something satisfying about cleaning and getting it to, well, you know. 'Cause
Well,
you
before
love-
and after. Yeah.
I think I
love
if I'm
cleaning.
cleaning something, I go after like the dirtiest part first.
Yes.
It doesn't matter to me. Like he's saying a half and half. Like
I want to see the two halves.
I like to start from one spot and spread from that spot and watch as it changes into brand new.
New car finish.
Well, all right.
They had a commercial.
So the guy who came up with cleaning half the car for the commercial, like, the guy's like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. He's like, I'm gonna clean half the car, and we're gonna show how bad the dirt is, and he's explaining it to his executive boss, and his boss is like, what are you talking about? This is so stupid. And he brings him over, and he's like, look, the car, and he's like, yeah, it's clean. He's like, no, come to this side, and he's like, oh,
Right? It works.
like if I remember that commercial correctly, like it's
like
perfectly clean,
perfect.
but then the other side looks like it has like rock dust all over.
Oh,
it.
it's
It's like cement dust.
But you see the hood, the full hood is all dirty,
right, and then
and he goes
half.
and does it while you're watching the commercial.
and it's like a perfect.
it's a perfect line. That's the part
Right.
that's impressive.
Right?
How do you wipe that
He could do
in a
it
perfect line?
because he was the new car finish guy.
That was his secret mutant power.
He was the pre to the other. I don't know. Who are these other guys?
What are they? ShamWow.
ShamWow. That guy got in trouble. I heard
What about the? What is it the tape?
the tape.
The Gorilla Tape or whatever it is that.
Oh, he's the guy who's like,
Oh, there's the Flex Seal guy.
Flex Seal guy.
The
like,
commercial where they build the.
we
the
put a
boat with
screen door on the bottom of a boat.
And Flex sealed the whole bottom.
Flex sealed the whole bottom.
Well, out here fishing.
There was the Billy Mays. Right?
Billy Mays.
Yeah. But he died.
He died.
He
Yeah.
bought a house here.
Oh wow!
He was building a house here when he died. Yeah. ShamWow.
That's probably one of the first ones I remember recognizing. That, it's Billy Mays, you know. Like,
Hi, Billy Mays here with Sorbies.
I'm sort of yelling everything I say.
I just remember like not the Columbia House, buy 10 CDs for a penny. But
I did that in college.
You still paying for it?
No. Did
But
they
like
exist?
I don't know. But like they had like the, tapes or CDs, and it was like rock of the '80s, and it like the songs would scroll down the screen, and they.
Oh,
No,
so-
that was Time Life. That wasn't. Or there was
There was different ones like that. That was what I'm
because
saying.
Columbia House was like White Snake and Def Leppard and Police and REM and
And then I remember like the magazine ads. You could cut out the little pictures and tape or paste the CDs or whatever you wanted and send it off. Right.
there was BMG.
Yep.
There was Columbia House, and then it was like
Did RCA
buy one get 10 free. But
Right.
then there was Time Life would do these commercials,
Right.
and maybe somebody else because I know Time Life because I own them. And they would have the host, and it could be an hour long, and then they just run through all these hits. And you remember it was 1982, and then they play this song, and and then they would scroll all the titles you're gonna get, and so then I had like I don't know, it was 1980, 1981, and then it would be whatever the top rock or the top
pop or
whatever.
Yeah.
They were all themed, and then every month you got another one.
So yeah,
And
Time
then I ended
Life
up having stacks.
Right. Time Life covered all these things, and they were probably the biggest. But then there was the late night commercials that would have like songs of the '70s, or, sounds of the '80s, or
Ginsu knives.
Yeah. So and so the young kids won't know this, but it'd be like it'd show clips of the video, the song, and then the time's running out, so they just have songs scroll up, and the last screen was always a blue screen that explained where you send your money.
Check her money order, sir.
And check her money order, and then no CODs, which it took me years to understand that meant cash on delivery.
Yeah.
Which I've never really heard anybody do that, but that
Diamond did that with me.
Right. So I think you told me that. I was like, wow, somebody actually did CODs. I never knew.
And then like there was always some catch at the end where it was like, if you pay shipping and handling, you can have this carry case for all your cassettes.
Yeah. Yeah, there'd always be some cheesy throw in, you know.
Or if you order now, you can get 2 of this.
For the
Just
price
pay
of one,
extra
shipping. Yeah.
Pay
Right.
separate shipping and handling.
Yeah.
And also this
going in the same
sunglasses
box.
case
Yeah.
that says Time Life or Columbia House on it. Or
One of them was for those glasses, and you could like, wow, look at the vision. Like everything was so clear.
Blue blockers.
Or something. I don't even.
There's all kind of those commercials. Ginsu knives.
I owned Ginsu knives.
Cut a tomato, can cut a can.
You could. You could.
Stay sharp.
I still have one of the Ginsu knives.
how do you?
When I was a kid, we had them. I still have one. One survived. I don't know where the rest went. Like maybe when I went off to college, my mom gave me one steak knife, one of the Ginsus. I still have it.
This will get you through college, son.
And it would probably saw this. We could saw this pole right here.
I just remember like thinking they were so cool and telling my dad about it, and he just plainly is like, "Why you need to cut a can? Like,
right?
Why you need to cut a
What
can?
if you need to?
You could.
But his whole point was there was no reason you would ever need to cut a can.
But it would cut steak real good.
Yeah. Well, you needed
Carrots. What is it?
But that's a hard way to sell. Like, look at this knife; it cuts.
Well, the other ones get
Cuts
dull.
the carrots.
It was like self-sharpening.
But all those gimmicky commercials were great.
Yeah.
Like now it's all
So
like
I know
pills and
we got to wrap this one up, but I had one more.
one more good one.
So this is when I thought, you stay up late, and there was this guy's name was Carlton Sheets.
Carlton Sheets.
I'm pretty sure that's the name. And he was telling you, I was out of college, I didn't have any money. And of course you want, how can I make money? And it was this late night, how to
Become a
buy real
millionaire.
estate
Oh boy.
with no money. Right? It's so easy.
So-
You watch this guy, and he just walks you through, and he sends you all these booklets and how you're going to look at it. And I don't even know. And I bought it. And it got like this big booklet with all these VHS tapes in it.
Do you still have it?
I think I finally threw it away. And then it was like, well, then this one book that has all the newspapers in America to where you can advertise or, yeah. Yeah.
So it was true.
Well, because I'm like 20 or 9, or maybe I was still in college. No. But I was like, I have no money. I have like no credit. And somehow
Let me buy this.
I'm going to
VHS.
get banks to lend me money and I'm going to buy houses. And I just could not. But when I watched it, I was convinced I could do this.
Well,
And then I'm reading all this and I was like, I don't know.
but it did work.
It worked
He
for
made
him.
a lot of money.
Yeah.
He made a lot of money.
It worked for him.
What's the thing you always say? If it was that easy, everyone would be doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Rome wasn't built in a day. Yeah, but
Can I interest you in this bottle of snake oil?
Sir.
yeah, if it was easy, everybody'd be doing
Yep.
it. That is for sure true because it ain't easy. But that wraps it
Yep.
Again.
Let's do it.
again.
Again.
So we'll
Again.
see you next week. Enjoy.
Tell the mailman.
Tell the mailman. We're gonna try to get him on, just so you know.
Yeah.
Get the mailman.
Yeah, let's do that.
We're gonna try to get him on.
Let's do it.
We don't ship.
Toy Federation.
Finish, baby!